Ahri is safe and the Ahri is locked in. So, again, honestly, you know, G2 kind of coming in a bit wild and loose right now, looking to try and get someone a little bit off kilter, whereas Loud are picking up a lot of their kind of, you know, standards that they picked up during the CB. And they're still kind of looking around this mid lane. Tinon's no flash, nowhere ready to go, needs to dodge out the hook. That's the big thing here, does do it. Yikes should be able to get away, but now Caps is a little bit overextended. Do they have the damage to burn him down? That's the question. The charm is good, and Tinons will get the first blood. That's Loud on the board.
He's now in control, and he's moving topside. You've got the Ahri in tow. Yike is here.
Yeah, you do have Yike here, but it's going to be a PP coming in off of it as well. Broken Blade does get CC down pretty damn well. He gets flash away. He gets a decent heal, but the resets are coming in. They will get Robbo, though, on the backside of this one here. Yike has a flash.
Oh, which works, but then the CC comes down. He flashes away, gets the heal, but now we're in action again.
Because you're going to be able to get the permafrost down on this, no problem whatsoever, but they turn back in the Croc, and there's the execution, but this Croc is huge. You've got Robbo nearly able to take down Yike, but a double kill.
Going across the G2, it's been shifted to Loud on the spot side. They want to go for a dive.
Sama doesn't have flash, does have cleanse. They're going to try and tank this one up as long as they possibly can. The flash forward, the flash away, and Hansama gets a kill before he goes down, though. They may look
to start for G2 is now starting to come back to life. They got that Rift Herald, they've gotten the Dragon as well. The Rift Herald, I wouldn't be surprised, soon, so Yike going to move down to the spot side, but Croc is ready.
Yeah, I mean, there's very little time left. Oh, actually about half the timer on it. Mickey X goes in, try to jump in onto that one. Hansama does have to cleanse. You do have Croc in vicinity. There's going to be a good Moonlight Vigil, and they're looking to turn this one right the way around. Loud now chasing back G2. A TP from Tinons, and a kill over to Croc. That was a perfectly in the game where Loud are doing very, very well.
Yeah, looking at this top side, Tinon got the roam. Broken Blade doesn't know he's in the bad spot.
He does have a flash. He doesn't want to go for a 2v1. There's a good charm. You got full stacks here on the Renekton. Does he have enough health to stay? He flashes in to get the full stacks back on the Tinons. They need a good charm. They've got Caps coming in now. It's both solo laners against both solo laners, and now Loud, they're running away. It's a great hook, but it's a good charm to interrupt them. Caps cannot get the rest of the CC. And it was a great call there from G2, but it leads to nobody going down.
So close. Oh wait, they still might actually. Robo onto Caps.
He's going to look for the charm in top of it. They're going to pop the Dominus as well. They're going to get the ultimate in, but the Jinx goes nowhere. And Robo can't get away from this. The bleed is good. He needs one more to get Broken Blade as both top laners go down. Now Caps has nowhere to be, nowhere to go. The Orb of Deception is good. The charm is great, but Caps is very tanky. Caps on this Nautilus is doing so much damage. Caps, they've got the stopwatch out of Tinnos, and he gets saved. And Croc comes to the rescue. Only for Yike to clean.
This game is everything I wanted from CB LOL versus Europe.
It has literally been such a bloodbath. Both teams.
Yeah, fantastic spot here. Nobody spot him. The engage goes off.
They got the heal out of him there. We're going to see Caps using his ultimate as well. We're going to try and get this one in, but there's going to be a Dominus on the backside of this one. Seos goes down. He's the first one to fall. They're trying to see if they can take out this Renekton, but this Renekton is too damn big. And this is the mid-game power of this pick. As you can see, the Aphelios, the Ahri, they're all going crazy. And Rout will clean them all up. Loud are in. Trying to make sure there's no vision, so even if he does try go for a steal, it would be nothing. But G2 maybe looking to capitalize on a little bit of a separation there. The Aphelios will get gobbled up straight away.
As long as Loud don't fight, they don't get anything off it. G2 didn't try and cross map, went for the play, and they're still losing this.
They are still losing this. They're going to jump on the Mickey X, try burn him down. That's the Rel down, and they're looking for more. Good Moonlight Vigil, but he's not a 3-item Aphelios just yet, so he's not blowing people up with that ultimate.
And now Loud gets to push in towards the mid lane. They've got the Rift Herald. They can get 2 towers. Tinons!
Oh, he looks for the flash. He wanted it so bad, but look. You miss all the shots you don't take, and that's confidence right now. They're feeling the momentum, and Loud, they're still pushing.
Especially when you got the crowd behind you like this. Now Loud starting to push in. That's 2 towers. They won't know now pressure. There's the TP. As soon as they see it, they might back away, but
they might go for it. They're going to go for it. They're going to see the Jinx Rocket come in, the flashing on the top, but it's Loud to get the Dragon. Now the fight can really ensue. There's going to be a great engage from Mickey X. Now, can you survive this? That is the question. Hansama flashes out. Double kill for Broken Blade. Now the Moonlight Vigil is good.
Robo coming down, though. Might just spot him now as he comes in towards that top river brush.
Yes, they should spot him now as he's there. Jinx ult goes wide. That could have been dangerous.
With the wave that Robo's pushing in bot lane.
And this is what I'm loving seeing from Loud as well, is that every time they look for some area to play around, Root goes in. They're going to have to use the ultimate from the Sejuani, but they baited them all in. You talked about it. The Tam Kench ult is just so damn powerful. TP from the Crocodile to make sure nobody can follow up. And that's just a great pick.
Yeah, managed to get the pick onto Mickey X. Now it's going to be a 4 versus 5, even with the red gun here for Root as well. He's going to be able to heal up. There you go. And he's going to be totally fine now as he starts to push in. Tinons as well, starting to look for these flanks. Broken Blade has the flash. What can he do here?
10 stacks now on Tinons' Magi Soul Stealer. He is very efficient with that. They can keep going. You've got Baron here for another few seconds. And they're going to crack open the base. The Brazilian team, the CBLOL, looking to try and really put a dampener here onto G2's party.
Yeah, and now they keep pushing into the spot. They should be able to get this. mikyx has respawned, which is why we're seeing them slow down.
There's going to be a hook, but it's onto the Tam Kens. They're trying to jump back onto Caps. They can get the permafrost onto him in a couple of seconds. Oh, they've taken down Robo as he goes down, and you're going to get the resets coming as well. But look at Rout. Can he get away? Gale forces away from the hook. It's a 3v4. The Jinx still putting out serious damage. Tinones needs to walk away from this wall because those traps are deadly. Rout, very healthy, just needs to be very careful of Broken Blade, but it shall just be a 2-for-1 trade.
Keep your eyes on Yike, though. They're trying to wrap around. TP is available for Caps if you can try and get in on towards the bot side, but there it is. He's just trying to move in.
They know he's there. TP coming in as well. That's going to be Caps joining back in on the fight. A 4v3, but can they go? But Tinones does take a javelin to the face. There's going to be a hook, and it'll be tanked up. And there, no flash will save you from Yike, and he can continue going forward. They'll take down Root. They'll kill them all, and G2 strike back with a vengeance.
And they should be able to get some of the bounties on this bot side as well, managing to just try and close that gold lead, because right now 3,000 gold separates these two teams. It's about to dwindle, and G2 managed to just about find their way back in.
Crowd once more. The crowd is loving this game right now. We are not done just yet. The Renekton gets brought in, stunned up, and taken out. Yike with another. Robo just kind of making sure he's not doing too much of a threatening position. They will jump in on top of him and force out his dominance, and they're going to try and go for a full fight here. mikyx is the one to tank everybody up, but another fantastic Magnet Storm from Mickey, and the resets are coming in. G2 have found their fight, and G2 are running loud down.
Yike will not let Root escape here, but Zeus gets the
They're turning back. Rout looking for more. He's got the red gun, but he hasn't got it. There's the trade-off here as we come back in. This is going to be G2 taking the gold lead as they do take down the Baron and get themselves their own Red Bull Baron power play. But again, it's just there's so much engage options available.
Croc on towards Hansama. He's not able to, and Mickey immediately again massive engages.
Now have a Baron. They have got themselves pressure in most of the lanes, and you struggle to clear these waves. The Renekton's not really going to be able to do a lot for you, and you can just overload a side lane.
Now they're immediately moving up towards this top side. Root was pushing mid, so G2 know they're good to go for this, which is why Broken Blade fishes for the hook, but doesn't find Croc.
Most of the time you don't want to get a crocodile when you go fishing, but this time around you'll take anything you can get. So with a Kahneman and Charles now, they're looking for a TP. That's going to be very deep. It's a double TP. They're looking to try and get on top of Croc. Croc's so tanky though. You've got green and white. Let's fight. They're going to jump down onto mikyx. They know everybody's here. Look at the damage. He's able to heal off on Robo, doing so much, and with that stopwatch doing so exceptionally well. But you got Hansama still doing it. And Broken Blade. They're all bleeding, and G2 find their fight. It was Loud who instigated, but it's G2 who finish.
It looks so good, but Root manages to snipe one back. So close. Hansama goes down, so G2, they look like they might have been able to find one fight to bring it back. Can you find one ultimate from Croc that can maybe set you up? One charm from Tinones, but G2, their falls onto Tinones. G2 trying to see if they can get some vision. Around. There we go!
Wow, mikyx jumps in, the Magnet Storm, and Rout has been found. Rout has been killed, and your damage is gone now. You need to try and survive, but Zeus will be the second kill that goes over to Hansama, and G2, they're feeling the momentum.
Mickey has been a monster in this game. Every time G2 have needed him, he has stepped up huge, and now Loud cower in their base as G2 start to march forward.
And you survive one more. You don't have super minions from the top lane yet, but they're coming. They are not far off, and it looks like G2 want to go for it. Robo looking to try and burn down this minion wave, but he won't be able to do it. However, the ult from the Broken Blade gets him a double kill, and it looks like G2 has survived the Brazilian Storm in game number 1, and the LEC number 2 will be getting themselves game 1 in this best of 3.
Will be the kill going across, and the Nexus will fall. G2, game 1 will go to them. Going to go back to what we talked about in game 1, having another engage tool there to try and give threat towards Hansama in this game.
And I mean, big amount of CC that can go down on a single target here. You've got the Jax with the Counter-Strike, the Cyclone from the Wukong.
There, we'll have to see if it is something where G2 can kind of weather the storm up there and continue to put pressure here on boss.
Smite on Croc, no smite, and he gets it, but he's gonna die. 1v1 me, bro. Mickey, look at gonna push more pressure down here onto Robo, but Can he get away? Can he get himself level 6? That's the question. They're going to look for him now. There's going to be the counter strike to try and get him, but they've just got so much CC. He flashes over.
It's going to be when we start to look towards the Rift Herald in just 2 minutes time, where you can push in bot, start to rotate your bot lane up. Broken Blade already has that big advantage. She completed. Cap's
going
going
around the vision here. Tinons does have flash. Yike. He's not level 6. Ooh, misses the javelin. And they can turn back down onto Caps here, who's going to have nowhere to run. 1 or 2 more auto attacks will be good. Good flash there from the Wukong. And a bonk on the head means he goes down. Yike had just got himself in on top of this. He's going to be forced to flash, you would imagine, and keep himself alive. But Loud saying, look, don't disrespect us. We're still got a bit of fire
on as well.
Got flash here onto the Poppy. Doesn't even need it. They will smash him into the wall and take their kill. Flash forward as Seos nearly goes down. The zap. The smite is available for Yike and shouldn't be too hard, but Caps is roamed down, gonna get himself the CC in, but Robo has nowhere to go, no support coming for him either. Look at the mini-map, there's nobody here to help him. Finally looking to try and trade this one back, but with a 3v1 out of there, and bot lane, you're a little bit overextended. They need to make sure Rout's getting money though, as Croc looks for a little bit more, but no Cyclone.
Doesn't matter, they're denying so much from Han Sama. That's all they want to do, and Yike now trying to move down. Croc in trouble. Tinons, what can you get?
Tinons looking for it. The Super Mega Death Rocket goes completely wide as Caps finally makes it to 4v4. Rout gets routed, and now he's going to try and get himself away. He's trying to move away off this flash away, so you can see Caps finds the most insane hook I've ever seen from a Nautilus. How the hell does he get that? Because G2 get themselves 2 kills off it.
And look at the top wave. Poppy taking towers, G2 taking lives, and G2 so much better. And now you got the first tower up on top. Bot lane is not going to be long to stand as well. You can fall back towards the dragon as
that's a solo kill. That's a solo kill. Broken Blade.
And the Poppy. We can just start up this dragon, and there's not much that Loud can really do. Even Mickey. Oh, Croc, you don't want to go there.
They don't want to try and go in on top of that, but they're trying to hard force because they have to. They don't have a choice. Now the Lissandra is in, but you've lost your jungler, and you have to run away. Han Sama with a little bit of a reset, zapping in, and Yike picks up a kill. He can continue in. They can look for a dive.
It's a zoning spear, maybe not a zoning flash, as Yike wants to try and get involved here. Rout moving in underneath with Sails here, but you've nowhere to go.
They got to devour. That's the big key thing here. If they try and go on top of Rout, he will get devoured in. Caps misses the hook, and they're getting a TP in as well. That's going to be Robo coming in. The knock-up is good. They're turning it back with the Moonlight Vigil. G2 may have bitten off a little bit more than they could chew. And Loud zapped, does have flash, needs to try and get himself away. These traps have been disgustingly accurate as a hard engaged tool. Yike tries to look for something here. As they continue to go for this one, Caps is coming in the Poppy as well, but Croc is coming back. Round 2, let's fight. Broken Blade behind the tower, looking for the flank of ages. Does have himself so much, but they got to devour. He got nobody, but the Tamkench had to sacrifice his life. It's scrappy, it's all over the place, but it's still G2 in control.
It's still not done. Tinon's moving down. He has flash, he has
no vision.
Can he set up? Mickey got
no
spot
vision.
Him out.
They're looking for him. They're looking to try and get in with the Croc Cyclone as well. He can't get in front of it. Yes, he can. 4-man Ring of Frost, and now here's time, LL. You need to go for this, but they're just too much damage. They're just too far behind, and G2 will trade it back 1 for 1.
A last-minute wild growth will keep Yike alive, but again, haymakers back and forth every time, but this time G2, they're dodging a few that Loud are throwing, and they're picking off a few themselves. Croc, you're out of there!
Run away! Run away! He's nearly taken down by the buckler, but shall just survive. I mean, look, they're just getting everything. Wards, traps downs. You can't sneeze in this jungle without G2 knowing what you're up to, and now they just gain that control. They still have Shirley for Yike, so they can drop down the Rift Herald. They might not even need the Rift Herald. There's no one to defend.
Yep, they're easy. Still keep on to the Rift Herald. You still got Caps pushing in topside, and Yike just threatening up towards this lane. You can even see there just the whimsy, making sure G2 can move up here immediately, and Robo, what is he doing? Just going to back away, but the tower will be forfeit.
Dead, yeah, absolutely dead. They might even crack open the base here at just under 16, or just over 16 minutes.
Need the charge.
Shirley doesn't even get to do her favorite thing.
G2!
Oh, they're looking for Seos. They're going to jump over the polymorph. The heal is good, though, onto the Tamken. She's tanky, but not tanky enough. The hook is fantastic, but it's onto Jax. And they wait for the wave to kind of push in now. And honestly, right now, G2, they're kind of pushing in on all fronts. The Loud don't know where to go. They're being pulled too far apart.
I mean, there's times where you think, hey, maybe you shouldn't practice. Not exactly what Seos would have liked to see, but the hook to follow up doesn't matter. And now Dragon goes across. I mean, Loud.
We have seen it go behind as well, but now Loud, they need to look for something. They need these objective bounties. They need something to go for them. Otherwise, they're just going to keep falling. They're going to keep sinking.
I mean, what discrepancies. mikyx just trying his best now to start to poke forward, but you can see there, I mean, this is the siege power they have.
They're looking for something. They got to try and get onto him, but he's got a Lulu, so Yikes just not going to go down, and you lost all your health on that javelin to the face. And now G2, they may look for a 20-minute win. They've got the minions on top. They've got the minions in mid. They could go for everything.
They nearly got the Wukong's health bar as well. Hansama wants to put him in the dirt, and he will!
Hansama wants this game to end. They look shaky in game 1, and G2 want a statement in game number 2. However, he needs to stay alive. That Aphelios is still dangerous, but this wallet is just too damn big.
Rude has the perfect guns. He's trying to see if he can make the hero play. Dodges the hook. Stepping forward, but Cap says no.
Cap splashes. Caps gets the CC down, and it looks like it's all not for Loud. G2 will be looking for a 20-minute win, but now Yike without flash, but he's got a Lulu, so there's no damage.
There's nothing left in the tank. Robo's back to base. Tin Owns has no flash. He has the ult. What can he try and achieve? Robo pushing off on the side.
Looking for it. There's the first keeper's verdict we've seen this game, and it might be the last one as well. They don't have the minions just yet, but they're getting all of these health bars down. They're getting the kills. The Nexus is exposed, and in 20 minutes, 2-0 to G2. Massive statement game from the LEC second seed.
You actually look at how much control was offered coming through from mikyx. When you look at the control the Nautilus had, everything had kind of been shut down in those early stages coming into game 1, but you can see the difference when it actually starts to get the ball rolling. Even though Yike wasn't fully proficient, I must say, with some of the accuracy on the Nidalee Spears, it still ended up coming out trumps, and there's just not really much they could really answer for. Again, control mid, control bot, massive control for the Poppy in the top lane. Like, where do you try and find that footing to come back into it?
And this is then the question for me as well, because we come into this one and see, what do you do now as G2? I want to see them without the Nautilus. You know, maybe PSG come in and say, look, we banned that away. Maybe we get rid of the Jinx. I need to see a couple more kind of, you know, flavors from them, shall we say, before I'm 100% convinced that they're back and in form.
But that's the big problem when you play against G2. It feels like they've got so many of these little picks, right? The Draven for Hansama. Now you're adding the Nautilus. You saw the Annie that was banned away. The Kennen as well for Broken Blade in that top lane. It feels like there's so many things that you have to deal with for the squad, and you just don't really know where you're supposed to start throwing these bans, especially if you're on the red side.
Yeah, and I mean, look, Caps kind of came back, you know. I mean, the Nautilus obviously does work in certain senses. Didn't have the greatest one ever in terms of game 1, but game 2, it definitely worked out. But let's hear from mikyx and Yinsu in the Verizon post-game interview.
I think I heard you toss to me, so I'm just going to speak. Thank you very much. Guys, I'm joined by mikyx from G2. First of all, congratulations. And welcome back to MSI. We have missed you. You're technically still undefeated. The last time you were at MSI, you lifted a trophy. Do the vibes still feel similar? I know it was a different team from back then. Are you guys still as confident as you were in 2019?
For sure, yeah. I feel pretty confident in the whole team. I guess it's my first time doing play-ins, so it's a little bit different. I think we can learn a lot from it, and yeah, I think we're going to do well.
Now, Nautilus is your 4th most played champ. I don't know if you knew that. You have a pretty good win rate as well, 62% win rate, not too bad. So when that's getting locked in, we just assume that you would be playing it. So talk me through what you've been cooking. Why is Caps playing it, and how much help have you needed to give him?
Well, if you remember 2019, when DoMB played Nautilus mid,
yeah,
it was a bit strong. So, well, after I think he got buffed recently, we started trying it a little bit, and he's been spamming in a solo queue, and he got the rank 1 with it. So, tried it out in scrims a bit, worked really well. It's like really good to draft it, and he did need quite some help. He was quite an amateur when it came to Nautilus when he picked it up, but I taught him how to play it. So.
How much hours did you have to put in to teach him? You know, what are the things you have to look out for when you first have to play Nautilus?
I don't know, way too many. I think if you saw the second game especially, those hooks were going wide, so he had to just flash auto attack, so he can't miss it.
There was a couple of hooks he landed that was quite spectacular, though. Yeah?
I didn't see those.
Not as good as yours, I guess. Not as good as yours. How much does that impact the rest of your team to have? It's not really like a champion that people usually play at mid. Do you feel like your role or anyone else's role has been impacted from taking this risk?
I mean, for me, it's much easier to draft because enemies need to be always prepared that it could be mid, could be support, so they need to draft in a very different way. Like, for example, these 2 games, they blind pick Tahm Kench, which usually it's very hard to do because I can just play whatever I want. Like I can play range champs, Rel, for example. And yeah, I really like that because I feel like I can always pick a good champ as like a counter pick. And then, you know, worst case, I can just pick Nautilus myself. So yeah, it just seems good.
It's giving me 2019 Pike flashbacks where like we're not sure if Wanda's taking it or Cavs are taking it or you taking it. Maybe Nautilus in another lane just to confuse the enemies a little bit more. Now coming into this tournament, I think people, a lot of the narratives, maybe even memes, were that you guys are a little bit shaky. You know, you probably didn't expect to not finish at least in the top 2 as well in the split that you just had. Would you say that that's a fair assessment of how the team is right now?
Well, I think myself and my whole team, we still think we are the best team coming from Europe, and I think we're gonna show it this tournament. So yeah.
Why do you still feel that way?
I feel like the Mad Lion series could have gone either way, and then I feel like that was kind of the real final. So whoever won that won the split. Turns out it was Mad Lions.
Well, do you think being the best from Europe is enough now? Other regions have an extra team as well. I know last time you were here, you didn't have to take on 2 Chinese teams or 2 Korean teams. And now if you do make it quite deep, that could potentially be an option that you have to face. So how much harder is that for you guys?
I mean, it's definitely harder, yeah. Like last MSI, we got NA to eliminate IG for us, so it made it a bit easier to win. Now it's going to be probably harder, but I do still think that LEC is quite strong, so I think we're going to do well, yeah.
What about the other regions? Have you watched them at all? Have you been kind of studying what they've been doing? How big of the disparity, the gap is, do you really feel like?
Well, yeah, I don't really think there's that big of a difference. I've seen a lot of people think that we don't stand a chance against LCK LPL, but I really don't think so. And yeah, I guess we'll see once we face them.
We will see indeed. We will see, yeah. I mean, they believe, they believe. Now, today, I think a lot of people were kind of wondering with the patch coming in, some nerfs here and there, how much of champions like Annie or Wukong we were going to see. It turns out they're still in there. They're still very high priority. What are your views on that? Because you guys at least have moved away from the Wukong Annie.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite similar, I think, compared to previous patch. I think maybe jungle is a little bit different with Nidalee coming in. But yeah, some junglers are a little bit worse that got nerfed, but people still play them because I guess they're just used to them, and yeah, they don't really see the difference, I guess.